Jonny Moseley here for Peter Glenn Ski and Sports. Basking in the sun here at Palisades, Tahoe. Beautiful day. Welcome to the Darn Tough Sock Explainer. That's right. Pay attention. I'm about to break down some socks. I'm as into it because the guys who make these socks are true Vermonters. I mean, no one takes making ski socks this far. Let me just put it that way. They've gone deep into the tech and different nuance of how a ski sock should perform. And God love them for that, because if you're a skier, you know that's like a critical piece, the connection between your foot and the boot. That is skiing, is the connection between your foot and the boot. So your sock is the one thing standing between you and the perfect turn. Okay, here we go. So these are two of their awesome socks. This is the Freedom X and this is the Pennant. And I have them turned inside out for you so we can kind of explain the difference between these socks and what might be right for you. So this is the Pennant. This is the ultralight, over the calf, form-fitting sock. They call this like the boot fitter sock because there's just no frills on it. And most importantly, let me get rid of these Crocs, which I get made fun of for wearing Crocs. They're like the perfect, my boot fitter as a kid at Granite Chief, Gunner, he wore clogs his whole life. That's what he wears, clogs, because in and out. And now I'm getting heat for wearing my kids' Crocs, but I digress. All right, look, this ultralight minimalist sock fits like I have nothing on. I mean, it's hugging every nook and cranny of my foot. Sometimes when you get the really thin socks, and I've skied this, they'll be a little bit slidey in your boot because, this is not. I don't know what they've done to the bottom here, to the inside, but the way they've sewn it and the different fabrics, it's got some arch support, which I really appreciate. Like I like to have something like someone like grabbing my arch. That's what I want. I want someone just like putting a little gentle pressure there, and that's what this thing does. So if you're a thin sock guy, you kind of know you like a really tight fitting boot. You have foam injection liners or something like that. That's kind of how you know if you're a thin sock guy. You're not going to get any of the padding around your shin. You're not going to get any extra love from the sock, like as far as making you feel better or preventing any bite or anything like that. It's really just to wick sweat away, keep your foot warm at the same time. And there's no better sock if you're a thin sock guy than this Darn Tough minimalist. Now, sometimes I'm a thin sock guy, but lately, since the new socks, since people have gotten crazy about tech and socks, I kind of like all the extra stuff that goes into these socks. This is the Freedom X sock, and the X is referring to this little X they put across here, which is like a terry cloth X. You can see when it's inside out that it gives you a little extra padding across the top of the foot. And you know what that's like when you crank down on your buckles, it can bite you on the top right there. And so it's nice to have a little extra padding. Also, the way they pull the arch up underneath, the X kind of pulls the sock up under your arch. So it feels like it gives you like that firm handhold, like a firm handshake underneath your arch, which I love in skiing. That's why I like orthotics and stuff like that. The rest is classic Darn Tough, like it has an expanded toe box with a little padding in it. So even with a tight fitting boot, I like the thicker sock. I love the padding it has on the shin. Just makes me feel like I'm in there. They even do a little bit different material right here to prevent boot bite. And by the way, these are both merino wool. So like the wicking, warmth, inflection point is premier. It's perfect. So you really can't go wrong with these socks. I literally travel with them all year and barely ever wash them. That's a bonus of merino wool. So take your pick. The padded with all the bells and whistles kind of give you a little bit of extra help from getting foot soreness, or maybe take up a little room in your boot. Personally, I've gone to a bigger boot because I just don't feel like dealing with getting my boots punched all the time. So that's why I kind of go with the Freedom X nowadays. But if you're still hardcore East Coast racer and you want that ultralight minimalist feel, it's the Pennant sock for you. All right, that's the boot explainer for Darn Tough for Peter Glenn Ski and Sports. Hope you enjoyed it. I said boot explainer. I mean boot sock explainer. Get the gear before you go. Jonny Moseley for Peter Glenn Ski and Sports.
Did you mention lifetime guarantee?
Ooh. But wait, there's more. I totally forgot. lifetime guarantee on the darn tough socks. Made in Vermont, USA, and guaranteed for life. You'll never find a sock that's better than that. All right, Jonny Moseley for Peter Glenn Ski and Sports. Have a great winter.